Hi guys. First I'm going to start by putting on just a hydrating lotion just to sort of prime my face before I start loading it down with products. I actually got this lotion in a Walmart beauty box. It's a seasonal subscription for $5 and you get a bunch of different beauty samples and stuff. So it does a pretty good job. It doesn't make my skin too oily, so I really like that. And just to get any excess product off my face, I'm just taking a tissue and dabbing my face. And then next, I'm going to take my NYX primer and I'm just going to spray that all over my face. And then with my e.l.f. tone adjusting primer, I'm going to put that in my hand and put it all over my face too. I always like using a setting spray and then an actual primer. I like using both because it makes me feel like my makeup stays on better and doesn't slide off my face when it gets really hot out. And then I'm going to take my Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Snow. I'm just going to apply that all over my face. Typically I mix this with a Fit Me foundation in the shade Sunset Beige, but I decided to just go with the Too Faced because the Fit Me has been making me kind of orange here lately, so that is a sign I need to lay in the tanning bed. I'm using a beauty blender to blend out my makeup. I don't typically do that. I usually use a brush, but I just reached for the beauty blender today. It takes me a while to blend out my foundation because I like to make sure that it's where it's supposed to be. And next is my favorite part, my eyebrows. I'm using the Makeup Revolution eyebrow palettes and the Anastasia brow dip in the shade Dark Brown. And I'm going to start with the brow dip in the Makeup Revolution palette and just line my eyebrows just to make sure they look good and look nice. And the brush that I'm using is the e.l.f. double-sided brow pencil. It's a eyebrow pencil and then a brush on one side. Next, I'm just applying powder and then my dip brow. I always like using two dip brows because I get different effects from both of them, and I found that it just works for my eyebrows. I always just line my eyebrows from the base to the tail just to give them a natural look, and then I fill them in with the dark powder and a little bit of the light powder in the palette. And then I'm going to take the Beauty Box palette. It's a dupe for the Morphe 35O. And just a big fluffy brush, and I'm going in with that light orange color in the crease of my eye, and I'm just going to blend that out nice. These colors are really soft and they don't wear off even if you've wore them for 12 hours. Still looks the same as if I just went and put it on, so that was a really good investment. It was way cheaper than the Morphe 35O and works just as good. And then I'm going to take this darker orange color and put that in the crease with it. This is just an everyday look. Just if you're in a hurry, it's something you can do. And then I'm going to contour it with my NYX contour stick in the shade Medium. I'm not the best at contouring, but I kind of get the gist. And then for my concealer, it's an LA Girl in the shade Ivory. And I'm just making a bunch of little marks on my face because I'm not really sure about how to concealer or contour, but this part is a stab at this blender because I hate that beauty blender so bad. It's so horrible. But I decided to blend my contour and my concealer with my makeup brush. It's actually my foundation brush, but I use it for my contour sometimes. With my contour, I found that I like to blend the concealer and then blend the contour up into my concealer. That kind of works for me better, but that's just my way. Now I'm just re-blending the eyeshadow a little bit, just making sure it's all blended out. And this is actually an e.l.f. powder that the lid came off from, and I'm just putting that everywhere I put my concealer and everywhere I put my contour, just to kind of set it. I'm going back to my eyebrows. I forgot to conceal them, so I'm just using the concealer in the palette, and I'm lining the bottom, and then I'm lining the top. I'm doing the same to the other eyebrow, just to make them look nice and neat. And then I'm going to take my beauty blender and blend that right over top of my eyebrows. And then putting powder over them to set the concealer that I just put on them. This is actually a Tarte Clay bronzer in the shade Park Avenue Princess. This is actually discontinued, but it's my favorite bronzer. This is a mascara by Maybelline. This is my go-to mascara because I already have really long eyelashes, and this just kind of makes them look natural and gives them a little bit of color because my natural hair color is blonde, so they're not really that dark typically, but it's okay because it does its job. And then next is the highlights. This is a NYX Illuminator in the shade Ritualistic, and the fan brush is from Amazon. It came in a set. I got it a couple years ago. My lipstick is from Makeup Revolution, and it's a nude. It's called Love Nude, and I think it just really finishes this look. And my setting spray is the NYX Dewy Finish. And I think this really just finished my look off. And now I'm just kind of showing off. Bye, guys.